Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure review we're going to be looking at the mainline Rise of the Beasts Voyager class Optimus Primal figure. So with this video we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his mode. We'll have a look at the accessories that come with him and how you can use them. We will of course see how he looks and compares to some other mainline Rise of the Beasts figures, and indeed see how he displays with some of the Studio Series versions, which in honesty they're just a little bit more detailed than this particular version of the figures that you can see there. But to be honest, he still looks and displays quite well, and in fact hopefully this video is going to prove that. So as I start to put all these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if I'd hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. So I picked this figure up from Smith's in the UK. It's been out for a couple of months, but only managed to, I suppose, pick him up today, shall we say. Now the figure itself, I actually really like it. It's quite basic, even though it's a Voyager class. Let's have a quick look at the box. To be honest, the box there, obviously we've got the image of him from the movie, which I think looks spectacular. There's the lovely Max. In fact, I need to bring this up just so you can see. There we go. There's the Maximal logo there. There indeed is the lovely, as I say, image of him. We've got the brilliant NASCAR lines there on the inner packaging. There he is in full rage mode by the looks of it. But what's really different or striking is just how different, I suppose, the colour scheme is on the box to what you get. I mean, that looks borderline brown and that looks obviously like beige, but he's not like that at all. It is like a gunmetal grey and indeed a silver. It is 24 steps to transform, but as I say, it is rather simple. And funnily enough, there's a tutorial video loaded up already of that, if you've probably seen it before the review. As I say, the figure itself, rather basic, especially for a Voyager. We do have articulation in the head. It does turn around. We do have it in the same in the shoulders. That'll go all the way around out to the side. We have a swivel underneath. We've got a bicep flexion. The wrists will swivel as well. We do have a bit of a waist rotation, but it does get caught on these skirts. So if you just need to lift these up, you can turn it all the way around if you want. There's no ab crunch. He will just bend, obviously, what are at the hips. They're on large ball and socket joints. There is a knee bend. There's pretty much near enough a double knee bend, obviously, because of the transformation. And the feet, they do tilt, but they don't really go lean for. So they rock, but they don't really tilt. Otherwise, as I say, it looks pretty good. He comes with these two swords, which is pretty much industry standard now for a Optimus Primal figure, which reminds me, let's bring these guys up. So these do look completely different, and of course the main reason for this is obviously this is based on his movie figure, but I'm just going to bring up a couple of the ones that I've got, but they do all pretty much look the same, and as I say, have this industry standard twin sword effect. Let's just move these out of the way. There is another one which is a Netflix one, but again it's just using exactly the same mold as this, so that's the reason why I've not shown it. As I said, there's the two twin swords. Apart from these, look really good because they're nice and reflective and silver, so these can be used in a number of ways, which I'm going to show you pretty much now. In fact, just if I turn this to the side, you can see that this one's not as thick. The head spin gimmick for the chest, switching between the Maximal and the robot, is pretty much the same, but a little bit more compact, shall we say. Let's just move these out of the way. So yeah, the way you can use these swords is you can put one in each hand, exactly like this. You could of course store them on the back as well. Again, that's pretty much been, since I've been doing videos, shall we say, and collecting these sort of figures, this is industry standard, which basically means it's pretty much the same on them all. And as you see, you can hide them there, which I like. I love it when you can store all the weapons on the figure, so you don't have to worry about putting them in the box and then wondering where they are. I'm going to keep them in there just for now, because what I want to do is I want to bring out a few more figures just to sort of show you how he looks compared to them, in all honesty. So I'm just going to bring this guy out. This is another Optimus Primal from the same toy line, but again, nice and basic. I suppose it's in the category below, shall we say. I think it's, yeah, the weaponizer one. So you pretty much, that would be maybe classed as an old school Legends Commander class figure, but again, you can get the idea and the gist from it, that this one obviously is an upgrade. Let's just move him out of the way. This isn't a Rise of the Beasts. This is obviously another Studio Series Bumblebee. This is just for a height comparison for you to have a look at. With regards to mainline, there is a legacy kickback, again just to give you an idea, I suppose, of height. But now let's actually show you some figures that he can display with which are relevant to him. So as I say, this is Studio Series Battle Trap, and all it really means is the Studio Series are in just a different price bracket. These are all Voyager class figures, and I still think that they do look very, very good together. Now in the background here we've got Optimus Prime as well. This is from the main line. And indeed this guy is also, she is from also the main line. There we go. And again, I love the fact, I love this model of her. I think she looks great, way better than the Studio Series version, which I've got as well, but I actually prefer to display her in that particular mold. So there's Bumblebee as well. You can see how we're building up quite a bit of a collection here, to be honest. And as I say, although he's not Studio Series, he looks and still fits in there for now, no problem whatsoever. As I think, to be honest, that's all there is to really say about him in robot mode. Let's have a look at him in his alternate mode. Okay then, so here he is in his alternate mode. Quick apologies, no transformation process on this video. Main reason to keep the length of the video down, and two, with him being a new figure, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who wants to experience that first transformation process for themselves. However, as I've mentioned, there is a tutorial video up on the channel which you can watch if you want, because he does have quite a cool double chest gimmick, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say on that. The ape mode though, as you'll see, this is very, very basic, but it isn't too bad. It still looks okay. He's still obviously just got exactly the same fists. There's nothing you can do here to swap, change him, or anything. The feet are pretty good, to be fair. Articulation wise, you've of course still got the shoulder joint and the bicep there. These will move in the hips there as well, but exactly that, it is just far more basic, to be honest. You can lift the head up, which is all right, doesn't leave too much of a big gap, so I think it gets away with that. And as we've already seen in the robot mode, what we can do is we can pop these swords in there as well. Now what I do really like about this, as I say, is the fact that you can tell that some parts will be classed as robotic. So you've got like the silver parts that are now coming out on these, and all the panels. I think the deco's all right, to be honest. You know, from what we've seen in the movie, I don't think this guy is too far off him. I don't want to be too detrimental to him, because I was really pleasantly surprised with how he looks, how he feels, and as I've said, you know, the transformation process is quite fun, if just a little basic rather. With regards to, again, the rest of the, I suppose, figures, Cheetor, as we've seen in the trailer, is a huge robot, and when he's in the ape mode, he's pretty much as big, obviously, as your Bumblebee figure, and he's much bigger than your Studio Series Core Class RC, which again is good. I like the way that they've done that for scale. There, of course, again, is your mainline Optimus Prime. And then, funny enough, I've got one other Core Class figure tucked away down here, which is, of course, Freezer. Let's see how he looks with him, even though it's a completely different faction. It'll just give you an idea, again, of size and scale. And there he is as well. And I suppose, just for anybody who is wondering, I do have the other Air Razor. Here she is, so she can then go behind, and as I say, she's much bigger. And to be honest, again, you can see with this now, the way the colors, the metallics are working, I think they all look very good together, in honesty. So there you go. I was pleasantly surprised with this particular figure. It is out in main retail in the UK from Smith's. I think you can get it from In Demand as well, to be honest. But there he is. This is Optimus Primal mainline figure from Rise of the Beasts. Hope you enjoyed looking at him. Let me know if you've got him already, or if you're thinking about getting one for yourself. I think he's great. Take care, everybody.